welcome to an all-new episode of the Super Cool Nerd Show, live here on youtube.com/SCNS Live and on facebook.com/SCNS Live. We got a lot to get to today, but before we do all that, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Matt, aka Quad C. To my left, your right, is my main lady, Miss Cora Barton.
Hey y'all, what's up?
Quad C.
Yeah, UGF, bro. Watch it.
What?
I feel like you do know that.
Did I get a job with them or something?
You might have.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We'll announce that later. All right. Then also, to my left, Jason's right, your left, I think, is Ms. Val.
Hi, Valerie from Cospod. Glad to be back on the show again.
Yay!
Welcome. So happy for you to be here. You're so much better than BC already. All right. And then we've also got
so polite.
Mr. Jason the Xavier. How are you doing, Jason?
No. You've used that.
I have not.
You have used that.
No, I said Xavier. That's a college, not Xavier. That's different.
You can't argue with that.
Damn, son! Loopholes! Alright, and then running the board is Rob Entropy.
What up? He's
so good.
He is.
Like, he's so good at doing that stuff, you know? So we promise this show will be a lot better than a Cam Newton press conference filled with women. So tonight's show we are going to be talking about sequels, guys. And not just any sequels that shouldn't have happened. And, you know, we'll go into the positive side. We'll talk about sequels that should happen, that maybe aren't or maybe are too far away. All right, so we'll get to that a little bit later. But before we do any of that, Jason's got to bring you the news with Super Cool Nerd News.
Somebody got hurt. Super Cool Nerd Show is brought to you by Cinelinks.com. Cinelinks.com for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinks.com. So, big news this week. Assassin's Creed Origin has given us another trailer. This one is actually telling us we're going to get a little bit of the history, how the Magi became the assassins. And I absolutely love the game. As I wrote in my article, how many times am I going to slide down the pyramids? Oh, it rhymes with a pit load. That's how many times. Anyway, we do get some backstory from our character. His name is Siwa, the last of the Bayak of Siwa, the last of the Magi, and how they actually become the assassins. I'm really excited for this game. Also, it's going to release on a Friday. I don't have to make an excuse not to come to work. So that's going to be awesome. Look for Assassin's Creed Origins to release October 27th. It's right around the corner. Xbox, PC, and PS4 platforms. There was like light applause from over there.
There's so much whispering going on behind me. It's like the Illuminati.
I know.
Back here.
They're trying to throw me off. I don't know what it is. But anyway. Also this week, we are getting a new trailer for Pacific Rim 2. Not released, of course, is going to coincide with all the stuff happening with New York Comic Con this year. But we did get some more details about the movie. It will star, of course, Jake Pentecost. Why can't I think of Finn's name? This is the guy. John Boyega.
Wow.
He'll be starring as Jake Pentecost, estranged son, and his relationship with Mako Mori. Apparently, he's going to be, he was a Jaeger pilot at one time who dropped out of the program. Scott Eastwood was recently revealed to be in the film as well, and he is actually confirmed now he will be the co-pilot to Jake Pentecost, and we also will see more about the relationship between Mako and him and why he chose to not follow the Jaeger program. Apparently, he's been living on the coast in an abandoned mansion that got swiped by a kaiju, and he's sort of a scrapper of old Jaeger units, so he's a mechanic and pilot. It's looking great. We also got to look at all 5 of the new Jaegers. Look for an article on Cineleaks.com as I go into more detail about what you can expect from these Jaegers. But
sounds like he's going to be the Rey of this movie.
Not really.
Get that reference? It's a Star Wars The Force Awakens reference. That's his co-star, Daisy Ridley. She plays Rey. He's John Boyega. He plays Finn.
Look for a new trailer for Pacific Rim dropping tomorrow, and the movie will release March 23rd, 2018. All these people are jerks while I'm trying to do this. So, if you couldn't notice I'm a little hoarse, that's because we just found out that Fast and the Furious got pushed back a few months. Because I've been going, woo, the whole time. Fuck you, Tyrese. Originally set for April 19, 2019, the film has been pushed back a full year. I'm sorry. I find it quite delightful. But anyway, the reason is, and we just had this confirmed right before we went to air, they are developing spin-offs for Dwayne Johnson and Jason Stateman's characters. So, Statham? Whatever.
Stateman?
That's a dumb name.
I'm like a Stateman every time.
Ball-headed motherfucker. Anyway, so they are developing their own 2 spin-offs from this series. So not only is the movie getting pushed back, apparently it's splitting and becoming 2 separate entities. Kind of like Germs. So look for that movie franchise to be pushed back. I thought the pain was going to end for a while. Apparently not. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
Family never ends.
Shut the hell up.
Never does. Family.
And other exciting news, if you're a fan of Bob's Burgers, then you're going to be a very happy camper because we are getting a Bob's Burgers movie, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that is something to be happy about. 20th Century Fox is looking to develop the animated feature film, apparently coming July 17th, 2020. Damn, but animation takes a while to do. Of course, all of your favorite characters are going to be in there. I am very excited for a Bob's Burgers movie. I know you said you don't really watch Bob's Burgers.
I do.
You do?
What are you talking about?
Who doesn't watch Bob's Burgers?
Rob?
Oh, it's Rob. That's right. He takes all the joy out of everything.
It's true. You suck all the life out of it.
Yeah, so just Bob's Burgers for 2 hours on the screen. I'm sold. Sign me up. We're done with that one. There's nothing really. It's a happy freaking story. I got nothing else. And in one of the most shocking sequels, again, that is the topic of the show tonight. If anybody saw Split and thought, this is a really good movie. I really like what M. Night Shyamalan's doing with this. And no stupid twist. Oh my God, is this an Unbreakable sequel that I've been watching this whole time?
With a twist.
With a twist. Probably the best and return to form that M. Night Shyamalan has done. Well, now we're actually getting a sequel to both films titled Glass, as we'll see Samuel Jackson, McAvoy, and Bruce Willis returning as their respective characters, where David Dunn will be going after the character The Beast, and he'll probably have some Silence of the Lambs thing with Mr. Glass, where he's been manipulating everything behind the scenes. It's your classic supervillain movie, and I'm honestly very excited. If you haven't seen Split, and I just ruined it for you, I'm sorry, it's a 2-year-old movie, get over it.
With a twist.
With a twist. Filming did begin this week on Glass with an expected release date, because my computer is going very slowly because stuff and things. 17 years in the making, this friggin' film is. Did anybody else just get depressed that the sequel to Unbreakable that we've been begging for took 17 years to get to? January 18, 2019, look for Glass to be released.
What a bad handoff.
That is a bad handoff.
He's watching football.
The guy fumbled. It was a jet sweep.
I thought you were talking about me. Also, if you love Injustice 2, Raiden made his electrifying debut this week. Now, it should be a shock to no one that Raiden is pretty awesome. His offense makes resistance to him nearly impossible, let me tell you. And as an opponent, I give him a C, though spamming makes causes quite a bit of static with me. But overall, I think I can conduct quite a bit of mayhem with him. Put another electricity pun here, Jason. Oh. Anyway, also strangely announced, Adam is being added to the game.
Rehearse that.
I wrote it down. Strangely enough, DC also announced that Adam will be joining Injustice, which, if you missed that silhouette in the game, really? Did you think it was Bumblebee? Because they don't have the rights to that name. Anyway.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
What's really weird is they announced that a new fighter is coming before all the fighters from Fighter Pack 2 have been released, which I said release Hellboy. Of course you release him last because you hate me. And honestly, DC, I can't blame you. I've badmouthed you a lot on this show. I kind of deserve that one.
So, is he a Dark Horse Comics guy?
Yes, he is Dark Horse Comics.
That's not DC.
Yeah, but they hate me. That's why they released him last.
Gotcha.
So look for Adam in Fighter Pack 3, I guess. Also, if you got Raiden, he comes with an awesome Black Lightning skin, which, yay. But I would just like to say, did anybody watch the footage of Adam fighting when he shrinks down? I want to see 2 people fighting as Adam and see who just gets pissed off and breaks a controller first. Last but not least, we would like to point out one of our writers from Cineleaks, Dustin, who writes about horror franchises that, damn it, we want them back. Go check that out on Cineleaks.com under the game news and lifestyle. It's a pretty good article. And game culture? Yeah. Okay. He added that in at the last bit. Anyway, I agree with one of them. I want another good Dead Space game. Dead Space game, good. That has been your news. I'm Jason the X. Make sure you go to Cinelinks.com for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. That's been the news. Not as good as BC, I'll give you that. But anyway. No, I'm sorry. I'm better than BC, of course.
Lies.
It's a wash.
So where is BC? Why the fuck isn't he here?
BC is at New York Comic Con.
Wait, he was supposed to stuff me in his suitcase. He already left?
No.
BC,
Yes.
the mini gun plump, mini Megazord gift set. Get it.
Ooh, yes. Double, please.
Pay you when you get back.
I'll send you my list through Facebook. Because I have a list.
I want one thing. They make these little nice mini Megazord model kits. So, anyway, news. Pacific Rim. I love these Jaegers so much.
The Jaegers look amazing.
Please last longer than the other ones.
The Jaegers look absolutely incredible, but I just want that trailer. Like, give me that trailer.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking before about giant monsters and robots, which that's pretty much all we need.
That's all we want.
All we
don't care
need
about
is
the rest of it.
giant robots and monsters and them fighting each other. And that's all I'm signing up for. But since it's a Guillermo del Toro film, I'm going to get more. So I get to be extra excited.
It's not a
It's
Guillermo
not
del
Del
Toro.
It's not
film.
del Toro?
No.
It's
The
actually
first one was.
Stephen DeKnight, who was a showrunner for Daredevil. So I'm actually...
Okay, well then I retract one name and substitute the other name, and it all still works.
I still remember being at SDCC and Nazi and I were sitting at the SH Figure Arts booth looking at all the little Jaeger figures because they're making little figures of all the different Jaegers. And we're sitting like, look at that one. And they started the trailer right in front of us. And how both of us are like, these are so...
Shiny.
And we just stop and we just start like pawing at each other like... Because the GLaDOS voice starts up, that teaser trailer.
Yeah.
So yeah, the trailer's releasing tomorrow.
It is. It's releasing tomorrow.
I'm off work and I can't wait. I know Jordan is ready for an article.
Well, the article's already written, so it'll be
because we
good.
are all about prep at Cinelinks.
That's right, we are.
So what do you guys want out of the next Pacific? What do you guys want out of Pacific Rim 2?
Big giant robots fighting other big giant robots and sea monsters. That's all I care about. I don't care about anything else.
I want to see new designs for the Jaegers.
Oh, they're definitely
like we saw some really great ones in the first one, and we kind of got a tease of some of them in the teaser trailer, obviously because it's a teaser. I want to see what more they can do.
Well, I liked how they moved in the teaser
Yes.
trailer, especially like there's one that has two swords. She's actually the fastest Jaeger out of the group. And just her kicking and thing, they look so much better. But this movie only takes place 10 years after the events that happened at the Rift. I think they have it's called the Battle of the Rift. So the technology seems to have jumped ahead, but those were old Jaegers they were using.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, because the Jaeger program was pretty much being defunct
so
at
it
that
kind of makes
time.
sense that
So
they
they're
started
bringing
developing
it back.
them
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And who knows what developments they had, but they couldn't implement because they didn't have the funding. Now the government probably just went,
You saved us. Here's money.
Yeah, here's money for you.
just throw them
And
away.
I do love the designs of all of them. And with the monsters, just
I think what I really want the most is a good quality story. Because I think what we had in Pacific Rim was really good. And I think a lot of the performances were fantastic. Idris Elba was my god. That was like one of my favorite Idris Elba performances I've ever seen. But Idris Elba isn't in this. He's gone now. So is John Boyega going to be able to step up? Is he going to be able to outshine what he does in The Force Awakens? And I think part of that's going to be involved with the script. Is the script going to be good? Is it going to be quality writing? That's what I want to see out of this.
now after seeing his performance in Detroit, I have no question about that.
Sure.
What I'm interested in seeing, because Mako apparently has been protecting him because he is riding the illegal side, and finally she can't protect him anymore. And it's basically like you do any bad child, you tell him to go join the military. So she tells him to go into the Jaeger program. And he's got to reconnect with Scott Eastwood's character because apparently he ditched him as well. And he's a little resentful. So I think we will see, we do have to have a good chemistry between those three actors.
Yes.
Because they look like they are going to be leaning on it a lot. So, I'm hopeful. Also, just giant robots.
Let's be honest. Like, if we could all have like our own perfect environment that we could live in, let's be honest. Jason's would be the Pacific Rim world because he would be the first one in the Jaeger.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, he would just giant robot fighting a giant monster. I'm in. Done. This is what heaven is.
Just when the Gypsy Danger goes like that,
Yeah.
I'm like, on the floor of San Diego Comic Con when the Gypsy Danger did that, I went, whoa! 3 people surrounding me went. I would feel bad, but Des did the same thing.
So it was just a chorus of woo!
Yeah, everybody was quiet, and just us just, wow, wow.
Well, I'm sure the people at the booth were having a great time with that.
Yeah, it looks great. The trailer, I feel I'm going to watch it like 30 times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, easily.
Assassin's Creed Origins, we see a little bit of a new trailer going more into the story.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't have a lot of places they could go with this game after all they've done.
Sure.
So it's time to tell where the assassins came from.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I just guess, like, I've been kind of over the series since they killed, like, the real world guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once that guy was gone and it just became just about the past and the previous experiences and all that stuff, it kind of, like, pulled me away from it because I liked the whole, the assassins versus the, was it as Abstergo? What's it called?
Abstergo.
Abstergo. I liked that sort of dynamic of it. Of you're getting like a main character to adapt and become the assassin. Like that's pretty cool. And I guess it just kind of has pulled me out of it since they've been going back and forth or just sticking with the one character the entire time.
That's understandable. And Rob, you had some thoughts on this one. You actually said the series needs to end.
Well, I was just joking around. They
okay.
should never, ever end Assassin's Creed.
No.
They will never make it.
You lost your damn mind?
I'm hoping that because they've had this break, because it used to be that Assassin's Creed would come out on a yearly cycle,
Yes,
one
oh
every
my
single
God,
year.
it was annoying.
The fact that this one had that 2-year break, I'm hoping that they put a lot more effort into it. It's going to be clean cut. It's going to be a solid story. It's going to be good characters. I'm actually hoping for the best out of this one. Because the past couple, I've just been like,
Yeah, like Unity was
there.
trash.
Unity was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
There is no denying that.
The one that a lot of people skipped because of Unity was Rogue.
Yeah, and that one was really good.
That was really good. Plus, it tied at the end of that game, tied at the beginning of Unity. So.
Right. Well, I'm excited for it, but I want to see better story out of it.
Yeah.
I want something that's going to hook me for the next Assassin's Creed.
Well,
and you're right. Like,
story.
I think having a 2-year or having a year gap is going to help it. Even though, let's be honest, Ubisoft didn't have a year gap because they still released an Assassin's Creed something, and it was the movie, and it was trash. Yeah, it was garbage. I watched it for 5 minutes on HBO, and I was like, "This is trash." Click off. No, I don't need it.
I'm surprised you lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was tired.
I paid to see it.
That's sad, bro.
I'm so sorry.
So Fast and the Furious pool. Is everybody sad about that? Everybody's sad about it.
Oh, so
I am so depressed.
sad.
I am crying. I am in agony and pain.
I wanted to be happy about it, and then I found out they're doing prequels or spin-off
Spin-offs.
sequels, and I was like, damn.
Well, okay, let's not everybody's happy about it as far as the cast and crew is concerned, because Tyrese said yesterday, whenever they announced that Fast 9 was going to be in 2020, he came out on Instagram and was like, "Congratulations to The Rock and your brother-in-law, aka $7 producing partner, for making the Fast and the Furious franchise about you. And like you, DJ, even if they call, I will not be deleting this post." And he was like, "Yeah, so good night, guys. See you in 2020. And he's like, "Nah, it's about Team Dwayne. 3 years will be worth the wait, right? No Shaw, just Hobbs. Will this be another Baywatch?" Yeah.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
You could have chosen a whole lot of flavors, and you chose salt.
It was so salty.
Damn.
He is
mad,
not
bro?
happy.
He is marinating. It's not just salt. He is marinating in that.
Salt is so
He didn't
good.
end that with a woo. No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
Ooh, no woo.
Nah.
It's an
He did-
understood. Woo.
He did say, he was like, guys, just relax. I'm a passionate film critic. So, at least he's telling the truth. He is
Wow.
telling the truth. Because when I wrote this article, that was kind of my thought process was, were they trying to delay this because they were trying to smooth things over between Dwayne and Vin Diesel, or what the deal? Because it's well reported that
yeah.
they do not like each other at all. And now we're kind of seeing the curtain pulled back a little bit, and maybe it's not Vin that's the bad guy. Maybe it's Dwayne.
No, that could
No.
be. He's a national treasure.
He is such a sensitive snowflake.
He is such a sensitive snowflake.
If anyone hurts my baby Dwayne, I
And he's
will
running for
murder
president.
them.
Girl, how many babies you got?
I have a lot of babies.
You got golly, your house must be filled. You got what? Jeremy Renner. We got Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Okay,
We got.
let's
who
get
else?
one thing straight. One, I'm not, but if all of these babies lived in my home, do you think I would be here?
It would smell.
I would want to leave. I would want to get out.
It would constantly smell of sweat and protein.
Yes. Oh my god. It'd be annoying.
So one.
I'm a guy, and I wouldn't want to be in that room
I would still want to be
for
there.
that long. Nope.
I'm never home, so I would get to enjoy one night and be surrounded by hot guys. I would have that.
What would you want them to call you? Be like, "Hey, Hannah," or would they be like, "What's up, babe? What's up, babe?
I have no idea.
Sup, girl?
Stop.
Okay.
What up?"
What's the next one?
Moving on.
So, okay, Glass in production, M. Night Shyamalan doing this thing.
Yeah.
I would like to get, what was everybody's reaction? Spoilers?
Spoiler alert.
Split is a sequel to Unbreakable. At the end of Split, what were your reactions when you saw David Dunn?
I sat there and I was like, oh. I look at my wife, who doesn't know anything about this. I'm like, oh. And she goes, I don't know.
I don't
So
get
what
it.
And then I went to
It's
HBO and I started watching that. I watched Unbreakable again. I'm like,
It's there.
It doesn't hold up, but it's so great.
I still I actually made it a double feature of it that night. That I was like, I wrote the story. I kind of want to see both of them back to back. But honestly, that end of Split, when you realize I've been watching the sequel to Unbreakable this whole time.
Yeah, that was incredible.
I mean, for a man that we mocked for the twist ending, damn.
He got us.
Shyamalama did something right for once.
How about you? What was your reaction at that point? Where were you at? Were you in the theater? Or were you at home?
I did watch it in the theater because I was really excited for it. It was one of those movies where I was like, I'm going to give you another chance. Shyamalama, you always break my heart. I don't like saying his name because he's the type of guy where he has a good movie and then a bad movie. So I can't use his real name because he messes it up
Please
so
let Glass
badly.
be the bad movie.
I know, that's why I'm really concerned. I'm like, I don't want that to be the bad movie because I love Unbreakable. It's one of my favorite films from him. And so when I saw Split, I was like, is this a thing? Is this a thing? This is a thing. Please let this be a thing. Because that would be amazing.
It feels like with Glass, he's kind of going back to staying in his lane. Because that was what was successful for him, with Unbreakable and now Split. I feel like he's 2 for 2 right now in that franchise. So now we're gonna have Glass. I feel like it's gonna be 3 for 3. I don't know where it's gonna go.
I hope so.
Thoughts on the Split?
I haven't seen either of those movies.
Shame.
Well, also one of the things I liked about Split,
Y'all knew about this.
One of the things I liked about Split, though, it's a small cast movie.
Yes,
It is.
very small.
Because it's really dependent on James McAvoy.
They did not spend a lot of money on that movie at all.
James McAvoy just did so well.
It's very intense.
And Anya Taylor-Joy, who's also playing Magic in New Mutants, which is done filming, by the way.
She was great in that movie.
She was absolutely fantastic. But McAvoy, with playing all the characters in the Split personality, wow.
He knocked it out of the park.
So, for me, in the theater watching this, because, Jason is prone to curse just at random times, I went, the fuck? In the theater.
I hope you scared everyone around you.
Oh, God.
Probably like, who is that man?
Because the way they did it, with Bruce Willis perfectly being hidden behind that last one,
Yep.
and I went, and when he said, Mr. Glass, I went, the fuck? And like 10 people went like,
I was in the theater. Everybody was like, whoa! It was like just everybody all together.
Also had that.
You could have.
They gasped. I cursed.
You could have said 3, 2, 1. Everybody. Oh! You're all in sync with each other. But I feel like you would like Split more than you would like Unbreakable if you were going to
Probably.
watch both.
Just watch
However,
them both. Just
since
watch
it's
them
a
both back
sequel,
to
I
back.
would want to see the first one.
I mean, you're not going to miss anything, but still. Like they really do not have anything from Unbreakable until the last 1 minute of that movie.
Until the very, very end.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can see the threads, sort of.
Sort of, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to tie it together better in Glass.
Much
Well,
better.
see, then I need to see Unbreakable anyway. So
It's such a good movie. It's a good Shyamalan movie.
You could
Highly recommend it.
You could probably find Split easier than Unbreakable right now. So that's what I'm saying. If you did that,
fair enough.
so Bob's Burgers movie.
Oh
Guys.
my god!
Bob's
Oh my
Burgers
god!
I'm so ready for this. I love Bob's Burgers so much.
It's a show that has certainly taken off.
I didn't think it was going to. I had
didn't
no
think it
high
either.
hopes at all for it.
I loved every bit about even the crossovers they done with Archer.
It's just goofy and it's great. That's all it
Tina
needs to
Belcher
be.
is the best character.
Right, Tina's
I am
great.
the embodiment
She's
of
great.
Tina.
Butts.
Tina's
You like
awesome.
butts too.
I do like butts.
It's all about the butts.
It's all about butts.
I like the butts. I write fan fiction and I can't dance.
Yeah, Tina. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Also, I love the fact that they've hired a guy like who was just a fan who created and he made his own Bob's Burgers episode. And the creator of Bob's Burgers said, "Oh, you want a job?" And he's like, "Yes, that would be a dream come true of mine." And he said, "Okay, cool. I'm going to send you all the paperwork right now."
That's awesome.
That's so
So
great.
the fact that they
I
do
missed
that
out.
sort of stuff is pretty amazing. And shout out to the chat. Shout out to my brother for watching. Yes, and I promise I won't say "bay" again. Thanks. So
Hi.
yeah, so Bob's Burgers.
Sip.
My
Chris.
first thought whenever I saw it was, is this going to be live action or animated? Please stay animated.
Please stay
God,
animated.
No.
You
It
know
can't
what?
be live.
If they take the Gintama route, which I just realized not many people will get that. So in the show for Gintama, it's an anime, they have random points where they're just live action, but they're not even good live action. They're just stationary dolls that have been dressed up like the character that they just move around. And it's obviously for humor. If they do something like that where it's just in there, but that's not the whole movie, that would be hilarious.
I say death of a major character.
No!
Who would die though?
Who would die?
That's-
Mom.
What's
no,
wrong with
you
you?
can't have the mom die. She's
How
great.
horrible.
Jean's great.
What?
Everyone's
Not Jean.
great.
I'm on
But,
shock
yeah,
value.
I
want y'all to
don't
cry.
feel like anybody in the main family could die unless it was like a dream sequence.
Yeah.
And even Bob's best customer, I don't think he could die.
No, there's no way.
Maybe
Mort the Mortician.
Mort the Mortician. Maybe the guy that's his nemesis across the street.
That's what I was thinking.
Jimmy Pesto.
Jimmy Pesto.
Pesto.
Yeah, I could see Jimmy Pesto dying.
I would not be upset with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it.
Again, probably a dream sequence, but I could see something like that.
Caleb did make a good point about the season opener of Bob's Burgers was awesome with the fans doing it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was fabulous.
What a love letter to the fans.
Oh yeah.
I love stuff like that.
That was pretty awesome.
the people that do Bob's Burgers are just top notch folks.
And put on great panels, by the way. Mm-hmm. But the subject of the night, though, we can talk about news all night, but the subject of the night is sequels.
Yes.
And we all got our favorites, and some not our favorites. So we've compiled a list. We were talking over our chat. Thank you, Ricardo intern. I guess he's not
This
there.
time. This time.
A broken clock is right twice a day, you know. So. And Ricardo came up with the idea of sequels, but maybe some that we wanted and some we didn't want. So we compiled
Well,
a list.
let's set it up correctly. This is all because of Blade Runner 2049.
Of course,
Yes.
it's a long time in the making.
Very long time coming.
But
Why?
we thought this long until Rob pointed out something in the chat. What is the longest movie that from original to sequel, Rob? And this was surprising. We were all kind of like,
I thought the movie was Psycho, but the movie is actually Bambi. There's
That makes sense.
There's a 63-year, 100 and something day gap
That makes
between
sense.
Bambi
Jesus
and Bambi
I
2.
know, right?
Wow.
Nobody thought that when I was like,
Also, did we really need Bambi 2?
No,
no, absolutely not.
it was in unison.
Yeah.
That's how much we didn't need it.
Could have just stayed with, Bambi 1. Stay with the
that story is
classic. Maybe
done,
redo
right?
it.
I think they realized that, and that's why there's not a Bambi 3.
Thank God.
The deer's mom died. So where are we going
stuff.
with this one? Is it hunting season now? Come on, Disney. All right, so speaking of that was a good example of sequels that shouldn't have happened. So that's actually where this whole thing spawned, because we were talking about that whole gap of time and then how sequels shouldn't happen. So we went and compiled a list, 2 each, for movies or sequels that shouldn't have happened, and then sequels that should happen. So we've each got 2. We'll discuss, and then also, guys in the chat, tell us what sequels you think should have happened or should not have happened. So let's go ahead and start. Val, why don't you kick us off?
Okay, so one sequel that I think should not have happened is Speed. Speed 2 Cruise Control. Why? So here's my thing. I'm not a very big action movie fan, but I think Speed is one of those movies where it really kind of took the franchise like out of the 80s, and action movies kind of became a cool 90s thing again. It was very smart. It was very well edited, good pacing, good action. It was just a good, solid action movie. Plus, it was like Keanu Reeves could actually be an actor. Sweet.
Yeah.
I can do this. Why did they need to have all this take place on a boat without Keanu Reeves?
I never understood that either.
And the story was so
It's
hard to
called
look at.
cruise control. Ships don't have cruise control.
Yeah. It's so bad.
As a Navy warship, they have autopilot. We don't have cruise control.
They were just trying to throw cruise in there at some point.
Was it at least a cruise ship?
Yeah, it was a cruise ship. It was a
Okay,
cruise
then
ship.
they just wanted a dumb pun that made no sense.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
That's the thing now.
Yeah.
It was just terrible, and I'm just kind of glad that it didn't ruin Sandra Bullock's career, because that was my big thing, because I loved it,
Yes.
because that could have destroyed it.
I went into Speed 2 not knowing that Keanu wasn't in it.
Oh, you poor soul.
And I was so upset whenever I saw the opening thing.
Who's
I'm
that
like,
receiving
where's
hell
Keanu
on,
coming? When's Keanu coming? End credits. Where the hell is Keanu?
This guy gets killed and Keanu shows up.
That's terrible.
I mean, yeah. Fuck that movie. What was your...
It was horrible.
No, it was just bad. And I'm trying to remember. Like
there was off the boat. There you go.
Yeah.
There was a show that made fun of Speed recently, and they were talking about their relationship. And he was like, do you want to be a Keanu, or do you want to be this other guy?
That's great.
And he's like, well, Keanu's just the fling. The other guy is who you're staying with. And so finally he ended up being like, no, I want to be this other guy. I don't want to be Keanu. Like, had nothing to do with the fact that one movie was good and one movie was bad. It was just the relationships. And I cannot remember what it was, what that show was.
That's funny.
Well, we got a few of these to get through. Val, what's your second choice that should not have been made?
So my second choice was The Mummy, and this is the Brendan Fraser remake, because I think the first movie, it's fun, it's kitschy, it's great for kids, it's great for adults. I love the female character. Like, it's one of the first female characters where I'm like, she's not a traditional damsel in distress. She's smart,
I loved her too.
she's funny,
Yes.
she's a witty librarian, she's not afraid to stand up to other people.
Was that Rachel Weisz?
Yes!
Yeah.
She was so great in that
Yes,
movie.
Lord.
And then the second movie happened, and the third movie happened, which was like, Mummies in China! Wow.
I don't understand
There
that.
wasn't a third movie.
The third movie
No,
was
there
Mummies in
wasn't.
China.
No,
It was
Mummies
Jet
in
Li.
It was
China.
not a third movie. Shut up.
And I love how they always had to shoehorn a kid in. I was like, I saw that kid, and I was like, this movie
it's
sucks
awful.
officially.
It's
Why
awful.
do you have to do this to us? It was terrible.
I didn't hate the second one.
Can we tack on the Tom Cruise Mummy to yours?
Absolutely.
Fuck that movie.
I didn't hate it that much. I mean, like, when you compare it to the
Were
third
you watching
one,
the screen?
when you compare it to the third one, I thought Tom Cruise did pretty well. He was an idiot in that movie, and that's not something you get every single time. It's range, guys. Range.
The second one was not as bad, but it was still one of those things where it's like, this did
Yeah.
not need to happen. The first movie was great as it was. It had a solid beginning, middle, and end. No need to continue the story. Mm-hmm. They continued the story for some stupid reason and put a kid in there to make me hate life. Hate it.
I hate when they shoehorn a kid into any movie. Like, if it's a natural thing where you have to have it, like, all right, cool, no big deal. And at that point, too, you need to make sure you hire a good quality actor. But when you shoehorn it in, it just makes me hate the movie even more. So let's go ahead and move on to another person. Jason, what did you have? What were your movies that you didn't think should be sequels?
One that I want to sequel to, it's a real favorite of mine, but Major Payne. I think Major Payne could have used a sequel.
We were going with shouldn't have, but go ahead. Go with the
shouldn't
should
have?
have.
I'm sorry. I can go to my shouldn't have. Sorry.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Whatever.
We should be doing the should first.
Really? We should have?
I said that multiple times.
Oh, because he has it in a certain order. That's why. So
Oh.
anyway, so
You didn't tell me any of that.
Yeah, you came in late. So one of the movies that I just want to see a sequel to Major Payne, because honestly, I love that movie. I still watch the movie to this day. If it's on a channel, I will watch it. But I think Damon Wayans had a chance to expand that character a bit, and still, it would. I think a sequel would have been funny. Give it 2-3 years and give me another one.
Didn't they have a sequel with Owen Wilson?
No, shut up. He can go to hell. I'm just not going to wish his death again.
Owen Wilson had like kind of a similar role in a different movie.
Now, the other one that I had, and this is an old one. Nobody's going to really know what this one was, but Swamp Thing.
Wow.
Wow,
The
you
original
went
Swamp
old
Thing.
school.
You
with
went
that.
old school.
They
Wow.
actually had a Swamp Thing 2, which it's a it's one of those guilty pleasure movies of mine. However, I think today, with the technology that we have,
It could be cool.
and DC wanting to do more movies, can I get another Swamp Thing movie?
So you want a reboot? You don't want a sequel?
It doesn't necessarily have to be a reboot. Swamp Thing is Swamp Thing. He lives in a swamp. He protects the green, and dangers arise. You could continue off that original storyline. I want another Swamp Thing movie. I know other people are like, who the fuck is Swamp Thing? Swamp Thing had a movie. I know this is all surprising to you guys. Adrian Barbeau was in the first one. Exactly. Rob just purred. That was very, very good.
Is there any more lazy name than Swamp Thing?
Man Thing.
Man Thing? There's a guy named Man Thing?
Well, he could be the Thing.
Yeah, the Thing's pretty bad. Yeah,
At
you're
least
right.
they've added a prefix to it.
Yeah,
You know?
Swamp Thing.
They went that extra mile and put a prefix.
So yeah, I would love to see DC revisit a darker. They want to do something maybe R-rated. It doesn't have to be R-rated. It's just a darker movie. Make Swamp Thing. Gimme. Considering that Harley Quinn and Batman where he showed up, I'm like Swamp Thing's here. There he goes. Where's he going? Where's he going?
Didn't they call him something else in that movie?
No, he was Swamp Thing.
No, they like billed him as something else. It wasn't Swamp Thing. I can't
They
remember
have
what it was.
Pharaonic Man in there.
Pharaonic Man. That's what it was.
And then Swamp Thing shows up. You know what? He shows up in it.
Oh,
But literally, I understand why you missed it, because if you blink, you'd have missed it. So, give me Swamp Thing 3, please, DC. I know we've had arguments in the past. I may have said horrible things like you suck.
He said it a lot.
He's apologizing
But
now.
He's not
But
apologizing.
you know what? If you made it Swamp Thing 3, we good. We good. Call it Swamp Thing 3 just so people go, wait, there's two more of these movies?
This is the closest you'll ever get to an apology, but it's not actually an apology.
Good point.
It's not.
It's just begging.
Okay. Well.
He's like, I will not admit that I was wrong, but I will say what I've already done. Okay, Rob, where should we go next? Because you're the one that seems to be.
I'm supposed to be the ones that.
Are we doing now that we shouldn't have? I thought
These
we
are my
keep going
choices.
back around. All right, go ahead.
Just do whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna my next for not me.
Sure, go.
Okay.
No more fucking Taken movies. Okay. I
think we're done. I think we're done with Taken.
Liam Neeson's
Taken
done.
2, Taken 3. Look, we could have gone Taken. Then he catches him in the act. It's Taking.
They're still Taking.
It could be a prequel and call it Took.
Took.
No more Taken movies. There shouldn't have been 2 more of these movies. You're just a bad father.
Right?
Deadpool made that joke. Yeah.
It's a good joke,
It's a
though.
great
Yeah,
joke. It's a
valid
great joke.
joke.
Just stop with these movies. Somebody got kidnapped. At some point, somebody go, hey, don't kidnap that kid. That's a crazy kid, okay? He will come and kidnap. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Or she could just go like, oh, my dad is this guy. You mean the guy that did all that? Oh,
No, I'm good.
I'm sorry.
I'm out.
Here, are you good? Here you go. There you go, ma'am.
You know what?
Here's some
Thank you.
cab fare. You go ahead.
Oh,
you
yay.
have a good. God love you. God love me. Bye.
Get some-
You know what? I will accept that as Taken 4 if that's all that it is. It's just 5 minutes and then it's done.
Just we're taking you. I'm so and so's daughter. You have a good day, man.
See, what I was hoping was the next Taken movie would be like he's working for the government now, and him and his buddies are going in and trying to like save somebody. But then Taken 2 comes around and they're like Istanbul or something, and somebody else is getting taken or he gets taken. I don't even remember anymore. But it was annoying and bad.
Just no more.
But Taken 1 was great, and I did
Copy
not
paste.
see it being great. But that one was fantastic.
I have 2 good ones from the chat before I move on. Caddyshack 2.
I don't think you could do Caddyshack.
No,
2.
should not have been made.
No. Oh, it should not have been made.
Caddyshack 2 and also Hangover 2 should not have been made.
God, that was stupid.
Hangover 2 was like a carbon copy of Hangover 1.
Yeah.
Just in Thailand.
In
But
Thailand.
that's from
all
John
it
in the
is.
chat.
God
Also,
awful.
a reboot of True Lies.
That's what they want?
I could see that.
I mean, that'd be good. As long as you have a cameo from Arnold, because
Yeah.
he would be there.
Read the next one.
And last one, this is where fuck this guy. Battlefield Earth had a lot of potential, but it missed the mark. Go
Who
away.
was it?
Go away.
Who was it?
That's John.
Oh, okay.
That's John in the chat.
Good job, John.
No, go away, John. Battlefield Earth should not have been made.
Bad. Bad John.
So the
Should,
next
should we
so-
say just for a quick minute, like what Jason originally had as one
No,
of his should have been made?
no. Matt, what are your choices here, Matt?
Passion of the Christ 2.
That Jesus comes back.
He did say that.
And he's pissed.
But then Matt said when they did that on Family Guy, and I was
They
like,
did it on
I'm
Family
not a
Guy.
hack, so I take it off
Yeah.
the list.
Except you used a Taken joke that Deadpool did, but you know, it's cool.
Well, that was just
Deadpool is higher class.
So what was your
somehow than
what was your
Family Guy.
second one for should not?
Oh,
have been
my
made?
second one was Spider-Man 3 or X3. I'll take either one.
X3 doesn't exist.
I know, so I'll take Spider-Man
So
3.
yeah.
Anything not to have dancing Tobey Maguire again. Stop it. Stop it.
It's a great gift.
No, it isn't. No, because it reminds me of how horrible this fucking movie was. So those are mine. And I know we had a big rant in the chat that Rob is probably about to shoot somebody over about. We get the reboot of the sequel of the sequel of the reboot, and we're going to reboot the character. But I feel like they finally got it right, so we're good.
They did. They finally
We're
got it
good.
right.
Time-
A lot of trial and error.
I
It
liked
was.
Andrew
Lots of
Garfield.
error.
All right. I just think that
I
they
did
got
too.
convoluted with it.
Yes.
I liked the previous Spider-Man for different reasons, and I think they found a good medium with their new Spider-Man.
So we're good now. We're on the right track. I love Passion of the Christ. It would have been way better than Goon 2.
Yeah, it's not wrong. All right, so I guess according to this list that I'm trying to follow for Rob
You are next.
is I am next. So the for should not have been made. I guess we'll go with that first since that's what I had down. I will do Zoolander 2.
My God.
I wanted that to be good.
I love Zoolander 1.
I love that movie
That's
so much.
that's a
Yes.
guilty pleasure
It
movie
is.
for me. Zoolander 2 was just hot garbage and
Was
should
it?
never have been made.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
It's so
'cause
bad.
I've been scared.
The jokes are just flat.
It's just
And it's just overdone, and it's just any excuse for them to get any celebrity they can
Pretty
into
much.
this movie, and it's so bad.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, very bad. And then my other one is I guess I should say plural. Die Hard's 4 and 5.
Wait, they made 5?
They made a fifth one,
They made a
and
fifth
it
one.
was in Russia, and it was with his son, and made no sense at all.
didn't have to make
It was
sense.
so bad, so bad.
Like the fourth one would have been okay with me. The story wasn't terrible. I think it's just the way that they compiled everything together. It was
Yeah.
just a sloppy hot mess.
It wasn't Die Hard.
No, it really wasn't.
Like you had 1 through 3, that was Die Hard.
Die Hard.
That was John McClane at his best. And then you had Die Hard 4, and it was okay, but it just wasn't Die Hard. Like
It
if
really
they didn't
wasn't.
call it Die Hard, if they called it some other movie with Bruce Willis. All right, fine, it's a decent flick. But then you had what was it like A Good Day to Die,
Die
Hard
Hard,
with
yes.
the fifth one?
Oh, God.
It's so bad.
So,
Like at one point they injected like
What are you doing?
a nice little like sweet scene with
nice.
Hi BC.
Hey,
Yeah,
BC.
they
hang on a
inject
second. Shh.
they tried to inject a scene like where he's like being like emotional with his son, and then they go back to killing, and it made no sense,
no
at all.
sense.
I hated that movie so much. Yeah. Hi BC, how's New York?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. What's going on? What up?
Hey, guys, it's
Hey.
BC. BC, where are you?
I'm in New York. I'm right outside of McSwiggan's bar.
You need to
having a
show
good
on the
time.
camera.
I'm a little bit late. Can everybody hear me? Are we good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah. So what are we talking about? We talking about movies. I hear Matt talking about Die Hard being wrong.
No.
Oh.
Die Hard 1 through 3 are great. Die
fun.
Hard 4 and 5 are terrible.
No, look, I'll give you 5, but 4 is awesome.
How is
No.
4 awesome? It's
No.
not Die Hard. It's just Bruce Willis out there. It wasn't a Die Hard movie.
I didn't hear that. What did he say?
I won't even
He
say
said
it.
it
It's
wasn't.
fine.
He said it wasn't. BC, what have you done in New York Comic Con so far?
So far, I landed at LaGuardia, and then I
He's having a
got
good
the
time.
subway to get to my Airbnb.
Have you
I
been-
checked in, and now I'm at a bar.
Have you been stabbed yet? It is New York.
Well, I'm a bit taller than everybody in this city. No one wants to stab me.
That's why they would
It's
stab
true.
you.
That's why they would do it.
No,
Yeah.
that's why we'd stab you.
You're the biggest dog in the yard, bro.
Right?
Good. I'm excited for tomorrow. I got I think Pacific Rim tomorrow is what I'm going to be at. So that's really cool.
Nice.
But it's been pretty hectic. The city is packed right now, man.
So, what are you most excited for tomorrow when it starts?
I'm going to have to say Pacific Rim because it was going to be the Punisher until they decided to pull the Punisher of the schedule.
BC, New York is such a huge place, and you don't have to give it to me. You could just give it back over to him.
Well, he can't hear you.
So New York is such a big place, and you know that New York Comic Con is going to be all over. It's going to be completely spread out. Have you figured out the transit situation?
No, not at all. It's been so long since I've been in New York that I completely forgot how to use the subway system.
Nice.
And I kind of got a little bit lost earlier today, and then just said, screw it, I'm just going to walk where I need to go.
BC, I'm hearing sirens. Are you about to be stabbed?
I am not about to be stabbed, but there are sirens like right behind me. I don't know if anyone can see that.
Okay, so are you going to be going live? Which channels are you going to be going live on this weekend? Good Lord, that is the worst.
Depending on the internet service, I'll be going live on the Cinelinks Facebook page as much as I can. Again, it depends on internet and how it all goes up there.
There's a...
Oh, New York.
Okay, buddy. Okay, there's an ambulance right by.
Well, there with that.
We're laughing about the ambulance behind you, bud.
It's gone now, but I will, again, yes, I'll be live on Cinelinks as much as I can, but New York Comic Con is split out between the Hammerstein Ballroom, which, Jason, you might know the significance of it.
ECW.
I don't know.
Yeah.
ECW. Anyway, sorry.
That's right, the home of ECW, as well as the Madison Square Garden Theater, as well as the Convention Center down here. So I'm going to be trying to book it from place to place to place, doing any and everything I can. Right now, I'm, again, drinking at a bar.
Good man.
Sounds like our typical con visits.
Damn straight. And then I'm going to leave here and go to the New York Comedy Club, actually, to see a buddy of mine perform.
Oh.
All right. Well, but make sure you go live and tell us everything you're doing. I hope you have fun. We hate we're not there with you, man.
Most deaf, bro. I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to try to do it. It's very difficult by myself, but
yeah,
I'm going to see what I can do. And
you'll take care of it.
Don't get stabbed. Don't get stabbed.
I'll do my best.
All right, BC, much love, guys. Follow him on Sunleaks.com for everything he's doing at New York Comic Con this weekend. Bye, man.
Y'all take it easy. Bye.
And if you want to follow him on Twitter, you can follow him at RealJackassBC, RealJackassBC.
That was good.
All right,
Nice.
that was great. So let's get back into gear here because we're gonna run over. So I'll quickly get through what should get sequels, and my two are Scott Pilgrim versus the World, because
That was my first
Yes.
choice.
that needs to happen.
That means
I just don't think it took off the first one.
It
really
didn't,
didn't.
and it
was-
should
I
have.
love that
now
movie.
it's a cult classic.
It is.
So there's a possibility.
Hollywood runs out of ideas. They'll go back to their cult classics after a while. And then the other one is Serenity, and that's just I just want
But it's
fire.
not going to happen,
I
unfortunately.
keep a thread going on Reddit that Firefly's getting an animated series.
They
Bastard.
did Serenity to close out the series.
Yeah, I know, but I would love it if they did another one or something, just to kind of keep it going a little bit. But it's hard to pick movies that should get sequels,
Yeah.
and if I were to pick one, Serenity would definitely be it.
That's a good
Makes
thing.
sense.
Yeah. All right, Rob, you are next, according to this list.
Yes. Shouldn't have been made.
Okay, movies that should be made. Should or shouldn't?
Shouldn't.
shouldn't was
Should
first
start
one.
with shouldn't.
Shouldn't. The movies that should not have been made is these: Lost Boys: The Tribe and Lost Boys: The Thirst.
I like that you did the Lost Boys.
He just he's stuck with the Lost Boys.
No, he could have picked anything. He picked both Lost Boys.
Because I love the movie The Lost Boys.
Lost Boys is a fun
It's
movie.
a great movie.
It's a great
Both
movie.
these
You took
movies
both of your
should never have
picks.
been freaking made.
Shit on both
hilarious.
sequels.
I did 2 movies. Okay, so far I've done 2 movies. As far as like one franchise, she's done 2 movies with one franchise. You picked both.
You should pick
To hell with both of these. They should have stopped with the first one.
Okay, the first was just bad. It's just horrible.
It's horrible.
The Tribe could have been better if things were explained more or people had read the comic book Lost Boys the Frog Brothers, or Reign of the Frog Brothers, where you find out that the Widow Johnson that Grandpa was dating was a vampire. She made Grandpa a vampire. That's why he said, "Don't touch this shelf. That's where I keep my yoo-hoos or whatever." That's where Grandpa kept his blood.
Alright.
Wow.
And when they went to go kill the Widow Johnson, she turned Edgar, and Sam was later killed and became a vampire. Which is why in the end of the tribe, you see one of the brothers, the Corey Haim or whatever, no, Corey Feldman, going against Corey Haim, who is a vampire.
Which one's still alive?
Feldman.
Okay, cool.
Which Corey's still?
They're both Corey. I don't know.
That sounds terrible.
I mean, the first would have also been different if Corey Haim lived, because he would have been the main villain of the Thirst, but he died, so they just pooped out a piece of shit. And that's why we've got Lost Boys, the Tribe.
Did you poop out anything else?
I was going to ask, did you poop anything else out?
If you shove something up in there.
Solid gold bricks. Solid gold.
Which is what Disney does every day.
That's true. Except for Baby too.
I had a joke involving recent life things, and I won't make it now.
All right. What were the ones that should be made?
Movies that should be made. Zombieland 2.
Yes.
That should be made.
Praise.
I mean,
Immediately.
that story was done, but I mean, they didn't solve the zombie epidemic.
Oh, no.
There's still
No.
zombies.
There's
a whole lot more story to do.
And I know they said they wanted to do a TV series.
Yeah, they
That'd be fun.
had the pilot on Amazon years ago.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty decent, but it went nowhere. Because
That's
the
disappointing.
whole Amazon video thing was brand new, and they weren't doing what they're doing now. They show a pilot and they say, if you like it, let us know.
Yeah.
They just played it and they just put it out there secretly. No one knew, and it pretty much died
No
right
advertising.
there.
That's disappointing. I feel like I wish somebody would pick it back up and then keep it
Yes.
going.
It might be a good time to do that, given how prevalent the zombie franchise is just exploding
Uh-huh.
everywhere still. So.
Also, look at Emma Stone, too.
Yeah.
I mean, she's huge now. She might be really expensive to get. Not necessarily like Woody Harrelson. He might be pretty easy, but
You might be able to get Bill Murray back.
you can't.
He'd be a zombie.
He'd be a zombie, though.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like gone. Like no zombie. Like just gone.
No, they just shot him in the chest.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
Okay.
he can't be zombified.
That's true. He could be zombified.
I'd love to see him.
That was one
would
of
be
the
a
best
cameo
parts of
right
that
there.
movie.
Abigail Breslin's not doing anything.
Yeah, she really is.
Oh. I mean,
Sweet girl, be nice.
She's sweet. I'm just saying, like.
But she really isn't doing anything.
I don't know.
She did do Scream Queens, didn't she?
Did she do Scream
I
Queens?
think she did.
I didn't watch Scream Queens. I wouldn't know.
All right.
All right,
Alright.
what's your other pick that should have been made?
The next movie is The Last Starfighter.
Oh, Lord, yes.
We need a sequel for this movie.
Do we need a sequel or a reboot?
I think either one will do,
Really? You'll take a reboot as long as it's something.
as long as it's something. But if they reboot it, they better find a damn good actor to do it.
Danger Zone.
Well, we don't need to go to the arcade anymore to qualify. We can just do it from home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
That's true.
It's a free game. It's free to play.
It'll be a freaking DLC for No Man's Sky.
Oh,
We'll never find a Starfighter.
oh, we can't talk about that one.
Burn.
All right, so Ricardo said Mystery Men should be made.
That's a
Yes,
good
it
choice.
should.
It
That one
should.
should definitely happen.
It's been too long.
So Val, let's go into
I know.
what should be a sequel.
I'm gonna go back to me. Hi again. All right, so the two that I have listed, my first one is Hancock, and that's the Will Smith movie.
Yes.
I think it is a really smart concept, and I think they did it really well. The last 20 minutes kind of suck, but it left a lot open that you could do some really cool stuff for a sequel. I would be very interested in seeing what happened next.
I love the part where he stabs her with the knife and she rolls up. Like, he's like pushing them. They're like hiding their powers. I was like, laughing. Also, when he threw the kid into the stratosphere.
Yes.
And he's trying to hide
He's
it.
such an asshole in that movie.
Hey, yeah. Oh, move.
Did you ever see that deleted scene
There's a couple of them. Which one?
where he was having sex?
Yes.
Yes, that's hilarious. I wish they kept that in the movie. Would have been perfect.
He was about to come. He threw the girl off, and
he
you
just
see
went-
the top of his Basically, what would happen if it was Superman?
That's why him and only Wonder Woman need to date.
It was that one. I think that was one of Will Smith's better, more recent films. He's had a couple of not so good, but I think that one was really good, and especially him and Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Like them together was that was great to watch.
I actually want to watch that movie again now, just from the first scene. Hancock, car chase. Which one? A cookie or something? Get the hell out of my face.
When he looks trashed.
Asshole. You heard me. That kid needs to make a return too.
Yeah.
Yes.
But could something get the hell out of my face? Tell that to an 8-year-old. Awesome. No fucks to give. Yes, absolutely, Hancock.
Definitely that one. My second one is Leon the Professional. Like, now here's the thing. I know that's kind of questionable because they kind of ended it so well, but it's one of those where I kind of want to know what happens next to Natalie Portman's character. Because she got mentally fucked up in that movie.
And I think
everything that's happened to her.
she could be great.
She would be amazing.
Run the sequel.
If you could do something like Atomic Blonde with Run Lola Run, squish it together, that would make for an amazing sequel.
I think they've wanted to do that for a while, and it just
hasn't happened.
It could happen now.
Natalie Portman isn't like, she's not like Charlize Theron where it's like that athletic ability, I guess. Like she's got the acting chops for days.
Oh, absolutely.
Neither was Leon, really. He just shot people.
That's true.
And put knives to people's necks.
I think it's hard to kind of think about her as like Leon though, you know,
a
like
practical killer.
Yeah, a good stunt double will do wonders.
Absolutely.
So,
Exactly.
We don't even have to have all the flash. Just kill these people in practical means. That was the thing I liked about The Professional. There was a lot of flash. He was just really smarter than everybody.
Yeah.
When the one cop goes around the corner and he's right here. He's right. He is right here.
He's very direct, which is kind of nice.
Like, I'll just check around and go, oh shit. And then of course Gary Oldman helped make that movie.
Oh yeah, it's great.
We definitely won't get him back. What about a Leon prequel?
See, I might be open to this. Now, if they have to get the right actor, though. That's the thing that kills me. If it's not the right actor for that role, it just
because it's going to be a period piece.
I can't remember his name right now. What's his name?
Jean Reno?
Jean Reno?
Jean Reno. Okay.
Yeah, we won't get him. I mean, of course.
I mean, he could be there to be like, you know, thinking about his past or something, and then boom, it goes into the prequel.
Maybe leading right into Leon. What you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can totally see where he gets the job where he goes and kills the mobster and warns the last guy, give him the phone.
That's a franchise that could stand on its own.
It really could.
You know, when I first saw this, I was like, really? This one? We don't need a sequel for this. But then I thought about what you said about Natalie Portman's character being older and becoming an assassin like him, or, you know, continuing whatever training he gave her.
That's
and going on with that. And I was
That's
like,
a hero.
Yeah, that would be good. I would like to see that. So, yeah.
And it's such a movie where you have so much psychological stuff going on in the background. You don't even think about it because there's so much going on. Even though it's a fairly straightforward movie, to see how Natalie Portman's character like progressed mentally, to me, is a big, you know, holy crap, this could be very cool.
Yeah,
I love this.
Cool ass Natalie with the shades on.
Yeah,
and everything.
I love Natalie Portman, so it's okay.
I want to see her cool ass with the shades on.
That'd be badass.
That'd be really
badass.
Maybe like right when she freaking sniper kills.
Just go ahead and hand her the Oscar right now.
Done.
I'd be in to see it.
Yeah. All right, so Cora, what I want you to do is I want you to start with the movies that should get a sequel, that you want to get a sequel, and then we'll switch gears to the ones that didn't.
There's a reason why.
Right.
So
we swear.
All right, so the ones that should, I'll start with like the absolute serious answer, Galaxy Quest.
yeah,
That's a good
It
choice.
was such a good movie, and it did end on a good note.
Never give up. Never
but-
surrender.
But I want more. I probably won't get it because we don't have Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can
Sad.
dream. This is a venue where I can dream, okay?
Watch the Orville.
Now I'm sad.
The Orville's good. It's kind of like a cross between Galaxy Quest and Star Trek. You're right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But that's a TV show, not a movie.
It's okay.
You know, that actually just thought of, you said Alan Rickman, and I'm sorry to interrupt you doing this, but Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's one I want a sequel
good.
for.
Yeah.
I would love a sequel for that.
Now I'm really.
I just thought about
Not for
that.
that piece of shit they released years ago.
Well, I just think that they should be able to redo it and
I
have
got it,
like
so shut up.
and follow the book better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah, but like it's a great franchise that they should really do. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes. The other one I think should happen, and I don't care who judges me for this. I want a Space Jam 2.
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got a real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Okay.
Nah,
It's been an evening for singing on this show. Y'all should have been here for the pre-show.
But it has to be with Michael Jordan.
Yes.
I don't care what the story is. I legitimately do not care. I just want to see the words Space Jam 2, and I want to be there for it.
Well, Michael Jordan would be a good choice for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he was in Creed, and we're going to see him in Black Panther. Yeah, we can have...
Michael B. Jordan, different guy.
Like the basketball
No,
player.
it's still Michael Jordan, right?
Nope. Different guy.
It's Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Is that his son?
Swish.
Named after him. No.
Is that his son?
No.
You sure?
Different guy. Totally different.
Kobe.
Kobe!
No.
No Kobe beef. No
Kazam!
Kobe beef.
Kazam too, guys! Can you dig it?
I never want to see Shaq make another movie.
I know there were rumors that they were gonna make another Space Jam, but with
That's
LeBron
happening.
James.
It's happening.
I'm still excited for that, but I want a sequel with Michael Jordan, the basketball player. Michael
MJ.
Jordan.
You want to know? You said Shaq. You know when I started accidentally watching and I had to turn it off because I got Steel.
Talk about a game that needs a sequel. Shaq's who?
As soon as his steel mask started to flex when he talked, I was like, and I have clearly made a mistake.
All right, so now let's switch gears. Let's go into the movies that don't need a sequel. Let's start with the one that's less controversial.
The Lion King. That didn't need a sequel. Why did you? It didn't need the 2 that you gave us.
It didn't.
Why did you do that to me? Why did you do that to us?
Yeah, it was money.
Like the only thing
Disney.
The only thing I will give you, Disney,
Disney was like,
is there was in Lion King 2 Simba's Pride there was one good song. One! And that was the only good thing about the entire movie.
Were there two?
I don't remember the title of it, but I remember listening to it a lot and I'm like, okay, I like this song out of context. It's a decent song on its own. And then in context, it was like, I want to shoot myself. I want this over with. Because my friend was like, you need to watch this. And I found out later that she wanted me to watch it because she wanted to troll me. I hate her.
Terrible friend.
Terrible friend.
I actually picked the wrong poster for this one, but whatever. Y'all know. This is
Yeah.
Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you picked the good one.
No.
Yeah, I picked the first one. But, you know, it's Lion King 2. It's supposed to be 2, so.
Yeah. Fuck Lion King 2.
So,
Second one.
and
Hey,
next.
Rob, do you want to switch places with me real quick?
No, I'm good.
You should.
Yeah.
Please don't be like right
next to me
here.
for this.
No,
Please
I
Sit
don't.
right here. It's cool, bro.
Please don't do that to
Here
me.
for you.
We need to do a Patreon award. They get to join our chat for a week or
Oh,
something.
that's a good one.
It's a good one.
The arguments and threats that just evolve from there. But
Speak.
Saw. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I will give you 2 and 3. I will give you 2 and 3.
Really?
But 8? Do we need 8 videos of the same thing over and over and over? Let's just torture everybody to death. Why? Who needs this?
Rob, can I get the camera on me for a second? Just gonna point something out over there.
Yeah, I see that. And I want to rip it off the wall. That's one of the things that sparked this because I
Oh
thought,
God, Rob put up all the posters. I just noticed.
oh my gosh,
That's great.
Go back to the main cam, please.
Oh man, it like litters the screen.
don't. Oh my god. See, and they take up the screen.
It's a lot.
Holy I feel bad for like any one of these I may have accidentally watched. I'm like all right, let's see. All right. Like you said, murder porn.
Yeah,
all
no. That's not murder porn. Murder porn is good because murder porn is like
Wait.
Wait,
that's things like 7
let's roll back.
or like A&E specials.
I'm gonna slide over here
The
now.
thoughts and feelings of Miss Cora Barton on
good.
condoning murder are not a reflection of SCNS.
And quote, murder porn is
Yeah.
I like watching shows about serial killers and murderers, okay? Don't judge me.
Hey,
Yeah,
my
sure.
wife watches Criminal Minds, and I don't understand.
No, I mean like the true crime ones. Like,
Did you watch all of them?
I watched the first 2, and I could not sit through the second one.
Okay.
Because it was good.
No, it was bad.
No.
No.
Good.
All right, Rob.
No.
Start it.
3 and 4
Oh, here we
were
go.
Here we go. Settle in, folks.
5 was fucking awesome. Oh my, are you kidding me right now? I saw the first 2, but the rest just suck.
I've never seen him so excited before.
It's like you know, I don't like coconut popsicles. Have you tried it? Nope. Well, how the hell do you know? You could try a whole lot of shit, but at least try it. You said you don't like. Okay, you don't like it because it's murder porn or whatever, and it's killer porn. But it's still an awesome movie. I mean, okay, I will admit, like I said, 3 and 4 were kind of 5 was when it started to ramp right the fuck back up again, and I was like, oh yeah. I mean, people just getting dismembered and chopped up. Well, that's something I like. So you know. Hey, it's just awesome. I don't know how you couldn't. I want to make you watch all those fucking movies.
No.
Hey, can you like start scratching your neck like you're like really into it? Like, I need more.
I'm just
You got any more?
I can't wait for Jigsaw to come out.
Hey, do you need some of those like eye clamps that keep somebody's eyes open for when you make her watch these? I mean, I might need to. I might know a guy that's
a Clockwork Orange too.
The Clockwork Orange is shit out of her.
Now here's the thing. If I watch part of a series and I don't like it, I don't watch the rest of it. That goes for a TV show or movie series.
Rarely does this happen, but I'm going Team Core on this one because I've seen every Saw movie, and honestly, there are points where it's just playing while I'm doing something else, and once I hear someone screaming, I'm like, all right, let's go. Okay, it's just how can we top this last kill?
Yeah, and again, I want to point out it's not murder porn; it is torture porn.
Okay, torture porn. Right.
It's different ways to torture people. Like the first one already had me all screwed up with the like bear trap thing. That was really clever, and I actually want to give them props for some of the stuff they did in the first one.
I really thought you were gonna say I want to do that to someone.
No, God, no. God, no.
Be a great Halloween pop.
Yeah, right.
But then some of the stuff in the second one is like, now you're just doing it for cringe factor. This is all that this is now. I don't care.
Like there's like I don't like anything I. I'm
yeah.
Like, no. That's just don't do it. But yeah, the movies are just, and also he died. Okay, we literally had a movie that was about his autopsy, and yet, do you want to play a game? Fuck you. Okay,
He got that protege.
But do you want to play a game?
No, I don't want to play.
No.
I want somebody to kick that puppet over when it comes to the trust. You want to? No, I don't. Somebody shoot Jiggs. Somebody shoot the person that's playing these games. Like I want to see it just go awry. Like they go to kidnap and the person wakes up. What are you doing? Who the fuck are you? Why are you in my house? Hang on a second. I don't know what he was here for, but he had chloroform and rag. I don't know. He's dead now.
You know, you said, if anything happens to your eye, you don't like it makes you cringe, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's the one I don't like.
This has nothing to do with movies. It's actually real life. There was a woman who she is known for all of her tattoos, and she decided to get a tattoo in her eye.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a legit name for it.
It's legit thing.
People have done it. Yeah.
It's tattooing your sclera is what it's called.
Okay, sclera, yeah.
Go on.
And she like went to a guy that she didn't know, didn't trust, whatever, but she was like, okay, I'll go to this guy. She goes to it. And sure enough, the next day it gets like infected, and now she might lose her eye. And now she's coming out to people and being like, "Hey guys, don't do this."
It's like duh.
Really?
The guy there was a guy. It's this one dude found a way to perfect it because like, and he was the one that started it. And he's the one that's actually also telling people, don't do this, do not do it. Because what he had done is he'd shown a couple of videos on like his Instagram and stuff of him doing it. So tattoo artists started copying it, going, oh, I can do this, and not actually looking into all the stuff he had to do to make it work. Which is basically, a lot of it is diluting the ink safely.
Super bad.
Like, regardless, it's a bad idea. But like, she's not going to lose the eye.
Okay.
She may not, but she may not gain full vision back in it.
Yeah.
She may have to wear a contact in that eye or have like weird glasses.
So he's having to warn people.
He's having to warn her.
Don't stick a needle that bleeds ink into your eyeball.
Seems like it's common sense.
You
I don't
think
know.
so?
No one has had to tell me to smash my nuts with a hammer.
Like, how do you even get that done? Like, how can you sit there while it's
Maybe they
happening
don't like
to
Gambit.
you? You know?
See, if I want that kind of effect, they do have things called sclera contacts.
Nah, okay,
Hey,
contact. That's right.
Contacts.
You can put, like, you can't wear them for as
I
long,
know, it's just creepy.
creepy.
but you
bro.
can put that in your eye, and then guess what? You can take it out.
Like, I don't know all the stupid things I've heard of people doing in their life. It's like, hey, Jay,
Damn,
want to
man.
tattoo your eyeball?
No.
Go ahead and get your eyeball tattooed, because stupid should hurt.
At least now, at least
you
you're a
got a
shining
point.
example of why you should. Yeah,
I just
we need
love that
people
you
like
needed
this.
a spokesperson to say, don't do it. Like, I didn't need you to tell me that. I was never
Like,
going
thank
to
you,
do that.
Captain Obvious.
She also used it as a platform to research your tattoo artist because she just picked this guy. She didn't do any research on him.
Yeah.
Dumb.
It's really
And
for your eye. It's one thing if you're getting your like hand tattooed or like your
You know,
bicep
yeah.
or whatever. Go to whoever
You
you
lose
want.
this, your SOL.
This- yeah, no, it's not skin. It's bad. All right, anyway. So that's our show.
Tell us which
I'm
movies
all
you think deserve sequels and which did not deserve sequels in the comments below, please.
so glad we could end on that high
Good
note.
picks in the chat tonight.
Yep. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and follow us at SCNS Live on Twitter. You can follow me at Move the Joystick on Twitter and on Instagram, and also follow at Cinelinks UGF. November 3rd is going to be our next tournament, and always keep it on cinelinks.com for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. And Cora, where can they find you?
you can find me on Twitter at Hawksperch, or you can find me where I'm more active at Corodono on Instagram. That's Korodono. I'm actually doing a Sketchtober challenge where I'm drawing a different OC every day, original characters. I have a lot. Please validate that my OCs are cool, okay? Come like my picture.
They're amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're validated now. You can park wherever you want.
There you go.
Yay! Where can they find you, Val?
So, I'm actually part of a team called Cospod, COSPOD. We are the podcast for all things cosplay. So you can check us out on the interwebs. We're under cospod.org, or on Instagram, on Facebook, on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on the Twitch. We're everywhere. Just look for Cospod. It's easy. And just in time, because we have an episode releasing this weekend, our after session is all about remakes. And I rant like crazy. So if you
Excellent.
want to keep this love train going, come visit us on Cospod. Enjoy that show.
What's your next cosplay?
My next one is actually going to be for BlizzCon from Diablo 3.
Nice.
It'll be Leah.
Awesome.
I'm making the book of Cain.
That looks
my
really
prop.
That looks really good.
It's
by
so
the way.
awesome.
That's sick.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
I know.
guys, follow her. You gotta check that out. All right, Jason the Extravagant. Where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonX, but also follow me over Cinelinks where I'm writing stuff again.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna win, damn it. I'm sorry.
All right, Rob.
What?
Where can they find you?
Oh, they can find me on Twitter at Entropy1 or Channel Control, and you check out our show, Channel Control, with me, you, and BC, where we
had an
give-
actual episode together.
give our non-degreed film
Hey, how's the giveaway going?
TV radio thing.
Hey, you're giving away some
About
stuff
TV shows?
You're giving away the Daredevil figure, right?
Yeah, get it away already.
You gave it away already.
Yeah, get it away
There,
already.
it's done.
It's done.
It's done.
You didn't win. Sorry.
You lost.
Darn.
Oh, hurt me.
Oh, and
So yeah, check out Channel Control.
also check out the new show, Gifted Talkers. That is the after show for The Gifted that BC and I record every single week. So yeah,
Yeah, they decided to cut out the black guy.
you couldn't be there. We talked about it on Channel Control.
Yeah,
and you
that's
said
right.
you couldn't be there.
Because
So
I have
guys,
a real job.
So you cut out the other black guy.
we have a lot of. You couldn't be there either.
Beware.
The Kayfabe Studios. That's where it's recorded at. All right, so guys, for everybody here and for the real Jackass BC in New York City right now, we thank you guys for joining us, and keep an eye on Cinelinks for all your NYCC coverage, because it's going to happen all weekend long. And until then, guys, just keep on nerding.